Michael Jordan stepped into the courtroom with the same gravity he once brought to championship nights. His testimony in the antitrust trial involving 23XI Racing, Front Row Motorsports, and NASCAR immediately intensified the atmosphere. The court has already defined NASCAR as a monopsony, meaning it stands as the only buyer of elite stock car teams. The central question for the jury is whether that power was used to suppress competition and limit team earnings during charter negotiations. Jordan made it clear that his purpose was to challenge what he viewed as an inequitable system. He compared NASCAR's structure to the NBA's revenue-sharing model, where teams and the league split earnings far more evenly. He emphasized that shared responsibility drives collective growth, and argued that NASCAR could thrive under a similar framework. Despite investing between $35 and $40 million into 23XI Racing and acknowledging that the team has made a reasonable profit, he still considers the current economic model fundamentally unfair. The cross-examination highlighted Jordan's deep commitment to winning, which drove him to purchase 3 charters at rising prices. He said limited availability made each opportunity decisive. Evidence presented in court showed contrasting attitudes between Jordan and longtime advisor Curtis Polk, who viewed NASCAR primarily through a business lens and expressed frustration with the sport. Jury members also saw text messages in which Polk described negotiations as a strategy of constant pressure. Jordan's responses, punctuated with simple gestures of approval, underscored his trust in Polk even when their perspectives differed. Before Jordan's appearance, Heather Gibbs delivered some of the most emotional testimony yet. She recounted her husband Coy's sudden passing and described how that loss shaped her understanding of the financial strain on Joe Gibbs Racing. She said the team signed the charter agreement reluctantly, under time pressure, and with concerns about missing revenue guarantees. Her focus on family legacy became the deciding factor in accepting terms she believed needed revision. NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell also spent considerable time before the jury. He argued that the sport remains open to competition and cited examples of tracks without exclusivity clauses. He insisted that rising charter values demonstrate faith in the system, and said negotiations around cost caps and spending controls remain complex but essential. NASCAR positioned its agreements as good faith efforts to build stability, while the teams maintained that permanent charters would create enterprise values far higher than current levels. The week closed with both sides presenting sharply different interpretations of NASCAR's economic structure. The trial resumes with the future of the charter system and the broader business model still under intense scrutiny.